Hello, brothers and sisters. Hey, I found another story that interests me. I just happened to be on GB News. I hardly ever go here, but they got a whole bunch of good stuff that interested me right now. This one is about the famous London mayor, Sadiq Khan. I thought it was kind of humorous. When Trump had his state visit recently, on his way out, he was asked on his plane, "Hey, I noticed Sadiq Khan wasn't there. Do you have any words for that?" And Trump said, "Yeah, I told him don't invite him." Because he's a nasty person and I don't like him and I don't like what he's done to London. So Trump is the troll in chief. But what else has Sadiq Khan said? Sadiq Khan sparks Palestinian protest row after claiming from the river to the sea chant is not anti-Semitic. What? He's having a laugh, right? From the river to the sea is not anti-Semitic? We'll read further, but I thought from the river to the sea was a Palestinian chant that said the Palestinian people working with Hamas and Hezbollah and all those type folk were going to take back all of Israel from the river to the sea. Now, please correct me if I got any of that wrong, but since most of that territory is today owned, controlled, and lived in by Jews, who I think it was the UN gave it to them and the UK gave it to them in the 40s, where are they going to go? And since Hamas Hezbollah is perfectly fine killing Jews to get rid of them and have said there will be no peace with Israel, and they really just want all the Israelis dead and gone, how is this not anti-Semitic? These Israelis are Jews we're talking about, the majority of them anyway. Now, I get it. There are non-Jewish Israelis, but most of them are Jews. So it sounds pretty anti-Semitic to me. And again, I have no skin in this game. I am not Jewish and I am not Muslim. So I'm baffled by this statement that Sadiq Khan made. So let's see what more there is to this story. Sir Sadiq Khan has been labeled a disgrace after suggesting protesters who chant from the river to the sea were not anti-Semitic. The way the hate speech laws were applied in the UK, if it wasn't two-tier Britain, that chant would get people arrested. Me personally, I don't think it should, because I don't believe in hate speech laws. But in the UK, you have hate speech laws. And I believe from the river to the sea is hate speech. And if you're going to throw people in jail for saying naughty things about Muslims, you should probably throw them in jail for saying naughty things about Jews, unless you live in two-tier Britain. The London mayor appeared to equivocate on pro-Palestine marches as he faced a grilling from Tory Assembly member Susan Hall. Miss Hall asked, "Do you think to scream from the river to the sea, which they're doing during these hate marches, is appropriate? Do you think it's anti-Semitic?" Sir Sadiq replied, "I don't think it's anti-Semitic. I think it's all out of context." Okay, so please, somebody who is pro-Palestinian, please educate me and my viewers in my comments, and I'll do an update if it's good. Tell me, what does it really mean? I told you what I thought it meant at the beginning. Am I wrong? Tell me how I'm wrong. I'd love to be educated on this because I don't understand. Some slogans can be anti-Semitic, but it's all about context. And in certain contexts, yes, those slogans are anti-Semitic. In other cases, they're not. Okay, so yeah, there's the equivocation. And I do agree with him that context does matter, but in the context of a Palestinian march, I think it's 100% anti-Semitic. However, many people interpret controversial chant to constitute to destruction of Israel with the river Jordan and the Mediterranean Sea bordering both sides of the world's only Jewish state. Yes, I think that's what it means. It means the destruction of Israel, which is an openly Jewish state. I'm not taking sides here on who should win or who's in the right, the Palestinians or the Israelis. I'm just saying this is anti-Semitic. To me, this is exactly the same as saying the Civil War was fought over states' rights and it wasn't fought over slavery. Lots of Southerners like to say that. The problem with that is the right that they're fighting for is the right to have slaves. So it's a very disingenuous argument, and I think that that's exactly what we're seeing here. But again, tell me where I misunderstand. I'm all about learning on my channel. I really am. Lord Austin, a former labor minister who campaigns against anti-Semitism, said, "Let's be clear, this chant calls for the destruction of Israel and the murder of millions of Jewish citizens." 100% agree with him. That's how I interpret the chant. Tell me what I'm getting wrong. These are the same people also called to globalize the Intifada, which is incitement to kill Jews here in Britain. It is deeply disturbing that the mayor is siding with these racists and bigots. Well, I mean, come on. He's a Muslim. Who else would he side with? Muslims are famous for hating Jews. And I have no problem with Muslims hating Jews, and I have no problem with Jews hating Muslims. This isn't about that. Hate away. I'm not Jewish. I'm not Muslim. Has nothing to do with me. I don't care. Go hate whoever you want to hate. That's your business. He should have dealt with these hate marchers 2 years ago, but to defend them now, especially after last week's murders and the terror attack in Manchester, it's a total disgrace. Yeah, that was shocking. The people were out marching, saying they were protesting for Palestine or something like that the day after the murders at the synagogue. Who thinks they weren't really cheering on those murders? That's what they were really doing, guys. That was a total disgrace. And if Britain would fairly apply its hate speech laws, it would shut down these Muslim protests when they reach the level of hate speech, because you do have those hate speech laws. So Britain, apply those laws equally to both sides of this argument. Stop being two-tier. Stop allowing Muslims to incite violence because the Karens and the government are terrified of being called racists or Islamophobes. Over in America, we're far past that. I've been called a Nazi and a fascist and a racist and a misogynist and a whatever so many times that those words actually have no meaning to me. I don't care. You can call me whatever you want now. Doesn't matter to me. That's all on you. This is how this is now in the UK. The people that are getting called these words have been so overused and incorrectly used, and real problems have been swept under the rug for so long that people don't care. That's really why you're seeing the Raise the Britain flags. And people are calling all those folks racist. They're just proud of their country and they want the migrants to go home because there's too many migrants. It's not because it's racist. It's because there's too many migrants. Same thing in the U.S. Trump's deporting everybody. I hold Irish and UK citizenship. Trump deported something like 50 illegal aliens who were from Ireland. They were as white as me. I'm completely fine with that. Is that racist? No. I don't want people here illegally. It's that simple. This is the same thing. So that's what I think. Let me know what you think. Tell me how I got this wrong. Educate me on From the River to the Sea and how it's not anti-Semitic. I've told you my view. Now you tell me yours. Hey, if you like this, like and subscribe. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Thanks. Bye.